Hello guys, this Casio DW-290 is a 90s cult classic movie icon from the first 1996 Mission Impossible movie worn by Tom Cruise. But it was not the main reason I bought the watch. I've never been a big fan of that movie anyway. Of course, as a now discontinued model from a well-known movie, the DW-290 have become a cool collector's item, and I just can't go wrong with adding it to my collection. But the main reason of this purchase was the 90s design for sure, which is something special. No other watch looks similar or even close to the styling of this hexagonal brick. A really strange feeling kicks in every time I look at it. Something like a deep nostalgia switch inside my mind, turning on for things made in the 90s. To be specific, the small LCD display deeply embedded in the big plastic case, surrounded with colorful but not too colorful texts, and this red line, which is one of the design elements of the 1983 first G-Shock. Everything follows the hexagonal shape of the watch case, from the LCD cutout to the italic font of the function writings and the red line. Talking about the case, these little bumps and the piston-shaped button protectors are not serving any purpose at all, just over decorations, remains of the last Baroque decade of the second millennium. Or they made it for blind people to distinguish between the buttons. That doesn't make any sense. How about some turquoise letterings all over the black resin? To be honest, I love it. Another great reason to add this watch to any collection is the durability. 200 meters of water resistance, mineral glass. People have been using the DW-290 for decades now, and most of them are still working to this day. Some of them have been in space or the deepest depth of the oceans. So a very cool G-Shock replacement with even more retro styling, but without the flaws of cracking G-Shock bezels and the fixed strap option. Okay guys, let's check the measurements. 46 millimeters in diameter, 49 millimeters lug to lug. The thickness is 14 millimeters and it has a 19 millimeters lug width. You can assume that it looks quite big on my 6.5-inch wrist, but it's not exactly the case with this one. If I put it on, you can see it wears somewhat better than most of the G-Shocks, including its brother, the 5600, because the strap slopes down immediately, which is great. The one thing I absolutely hate about G-Shocks is the extended lug-to-lug distance, because they fixed the strap in such a spreading positions. And also G-Shock straps are pretty wide. This one is so much narrower. But not everything is great about it. First, it's quite long. I've never liked these kind of overhangings. But with all of the G-Shocks and many of the dive watches, you can only get straps at least this long. So this is a common design element we have to accept. Then these indentations are ridiculously deep. Look like Casio tried to understand the concept of dive straps, but they got the idea half right. The elasticity is good, but everything is inside out. We need the flat part underside and this wave pattern above. Like on other dive watches, and then we have both elasticity and wrist comfort at the same time. But the good thing about it, with these inward indentations, the watch stands very stable on the wrist. Little teeth gently bites my skin like a cat holding its puppies. I've been testing the thing for a couple of days now, pretending it's my only watch, and I can confidently say this strap is really comfortable against its bled design flaws. It leaves some marks on the skin after a few hours, but I doesn't even feel it. And also this keeper is doing a really great job. If I slide it all the way up, it stays in place for the rest of the day. At first I want to hate the strap and changed it immediately to the W740 strap, which is a millimeter wider, so a tight fit. But then I soon realized how much better the stock strap works with the look and wearability of the DW-290. It really complements the durability of the watch in a sportier way, while the other one gives it a more retro look. But for me, a big bulky watch looks better on a big bulky strap. By the way, all of these straps you can see here were made in Japan. Let me show you. To Japan. And also these straps. Only the best, guys, only the best. As I worn the DW-290 for a couple of days now, my eyes got used to the huge dimensions of this beast, and looking quite normal for me right now. Unfortunately, all of my watches are smaller than this, so pairing it in rotation with others will be a bit challenging. And also I couldn't try it out with long sleeves yet. We'll see. As far as functions goes, it has a very visible day, month and date displaying at the upper half of the LCD. And I always love the function indicator line in the middle with these little arrows. There is a flash alert with the flashing backlight for alarm, hourly signal, and timer modes. Here we can see it. Let me show you in a timer mode. Pretty cool. Of course, the famous electroluminescence backlight was the main selling point back then. As you can see, advertised everywhere on the watch. Unfortunately, Casio gave up on this technology recently because it drains the battery faster, have some reliability and fading issues in long term, and the overall LCD contrast is worse compared to the preferred LED backlights. On the other hand, the evenness and the brightness of the light is significantly better on these discontinued electroluminescence watches. So buy them while you can. Some other functions is the multifunctional alarm. You can set for specific dates and months. Very unusual, but it's there. And also have an hourly signal, a timer, and a stopwatch. Let me show you quickly. So the main timekeeping mode, alarm, the timer, you can see the actual time here, and the stopwatch. With the updated module, the auto-date calendar counts up to the year 2099. It wasn't the case with the first Japanese-made generation, but as a trade-off, all of the new updated models from the year 2000 was made in China. But who cares? The button action is one of the best that Casio have ever done. Big buttons, the lower buttons are even bigger. Easy to push, no play, immediate reactions. Very similar feel to this TS100. In contrast, the F91s and this W740 are significantly worse on this area. Okay guys, a really long review, but hope I've covered everything. In the next video I will compare the DW-290 to its little brother, the W740. So stay tuned, but for now, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.